But if you're a man with a status, even to your kids, it's something. How many, for God's sake, how many wives are ashaming the fathers in front of their own kids, seeking for sympathy? And the drama with these ladies, you know when they get together, the first lady and the second lady. Now this second lady, let's say she's a bit reserved. She's not going to easily open. Now this first one, embozi katetandika. How are you? Then this one is like, I'm fine. The tear is coming out. Now the first one, a counselor immediately, I see you're not fine. It is evident because you're shedding the tear. Please share with me. I am your fellow woman. I understand men are dogs. It is okay. Open up to me. Committing in a katula or no swallow. Like that man. After the emotions getting out, you're the same man moving around with a kanzu, well perfumed. Or swallow kids. What? They are just normal people. It is okay. Marry a rumamonga, she will not have anything to rumamonga about you. It is okay. But if you're a man with a status, even to your kids, it's something. How many, for God's sake, how many wives are ashaming the fathers in front of their own kids, seeking for sympathy? And the drama with these ladies, you know when they get together, the first lady and the second lady. Now this second lady, let's say she's a bit reserved. She's not going to easily open. Now this first one, embozi katetandika. How are you? Then this one is like, I'm fine. The tear is coming out. Now the first one, a counselor immediately, I see you're not fine. It is evident because you're shedding the tear. Please share with me. I am your fellow woman. I understand men are dogs. It is okay. Open up to me. Committing in a katula or no swallow. Like that man. After the emotions getting out, you're the same man moving around with a kanzu, well perfumed. Oswala buswazi wano campus we no swala buswazi. Reason being bakwogedde kodda. If Allah opens the door to the discussions of these ladies with their mothers, your mothers-in-law, subhanallah, they rumamonga about you. Even the mother-in-law talks about her father. But don't worry, my daughter, even your father was like your husband. Now you're ashamed in front of the mother-in-law. Even your father-in-law is ashamed in front of Hafidhatul lil ghaib. As you're talking to them, be conscious as you're discussing with them. You need to check that ability within them. She's supposed to be a little bit reserved to make sure she's not a secret giver out in most cases. Now that is the guidance when it comes to analyzing who is basically a man and who is basically a woman. The problem is every man focuses onto how a good woman is supposed to be. You have enough in your docket, don't skip to their side. Just be a good man. Every lady here understands who a good man is supposed to be. Forgetting their own responsibility, they are supposed to be this and this and this. If you make yourself a better good woman, all you're going to attract is a better good man. Because whoever is going to match to you, and you sense immaturity within them, you sense irresponsibility within them, you sense the vibe not matching with your vibe, because you're basically a good woman, you're going to call them off. After all, you're not desperate. Even when you're desperate, it's not reason enough to take up someone not qualified to be a husband. The same applies to you. Even when you're desperate, it's not reason enough to just take up a woman without actually making sure they are women. Now I want to wind with two traditions. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, when he was trying to guide youths onto the priorities you're supposed to take when it comes to choosing a spouse. In the hadith of Abu Hurairah, the narration, it is, tunkahul mar'ah, a lady is considered a marriage fit partner with four things. Now, those who know a little bit of jurisprudence, Prophet was not giving us principles to make it compulsory onto us that we are supposed to do like that, but it was a way of informing us that during that time they used to consider four things. The first one is what? Sorry? Lijamaliha. Yeah, when you're going to marry a lady, you have to focus onto the beauty. Wallahi tudaganam. Now, who is a beautiful lady? Are you sure you know a beautiful lady to you? Or the definition of the beautiful lady you have is affected with other factors in your society? Are you understanding my question? Chances are high that many young boys, men, are marrying girls, and in the true sense, they are not the beautiful girls you like, but just because of the society pressure, because of your gang, because of the trends with no knowledge base, you're ending up marrying an innocent girl. Yet deep down, she's not the beautiful one to you. That's why the Prophet, in identifying beauty, was like, إِذَا نَظَرْتَ إِلَيْهَا سَرَّتْكَ. The beauty you're supposed to look for, I can't even imagine I'm training you to see beautiful ladies. The beautiful to you is a lady when you look at them, sarratka, they make you happy. Prophet never used they cheer your desires. He said sarratka, they make you happy. The difference is when you marry someone who has just charged you emotionally with your desires, that is as a result of lust. Every man has that. And you can't get to a level of marrying someone considering lust. Lust is too delusional in a way that after the act, you have no interest in whoever you've married. How many young boys are marrying just because of lust? Matter of fact, you've never liked brownie girls. That is you. Your grandfather never liked, your father never liked, you also don't like. But just because you have this best friend of yours, deep down you don't like light girls, you end up marrying a light girl. Now you're alone in marriage with this light girl of yours whom you don't love. It is only in this generation where you find a young boy and ask them, young boy, have you gotten someone? And then he's like, yes, I've gotten someone. How do you see her, Sheikh? Now, of course, she's not my wife. Maybe she's beautiful to you and she's not beautiful to me. Okay, what if she's beautiful to me? So what? Am I going to also be with her? Definitely no. You're not marrying to please the society. You're marrying someone to please you. لجمالها. This man of yours doesn't even know your beauty. You want to tell me that every man on this planet Earth is interested in brown girls? Wallahi al-azim, no. You want to convince me that every man on this surface is interested in big, huge girls? Wallahi al-azim, no. You want to tell me that every man on this earth is interested in very tall or maybe short girls? Definitely no. Change in preference. That's why many girls are here. The brown, the dark skin, the tall, the short, the big, the small. Such that you pick someone that makes you happy. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala enable you. Lijamali. What is the second credential after beauty? Linasabiha. Family. It is important to check where the wife you're going to take back home, what is the background of wherever she grew up from. Don't you really think someone who grew up with issues in a family has another setting of handling them than someone who grew up in a straight family? Definitely it is. Now, checking the background of your potential wife to be is also key in Islam. The family, where she grew up, of course it is key. You don't want to put that down. Yeah? Because the principle is, when you're marrying this lady, you're too much interested in knowing the past. But when this man is looking for you, before he even gets to you, he's too much interested in your past. And when it comes to you, you might find his past irrelevant because he was useless in the past. You're interested in his future because that is when he's getting responsibilities, money, blood status, and so on. So definitely, it is very easy to find our past useless because we are irrelevant in a society. It's after growing and getting some responsibilities, now blah, 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 blah. Thus, you want assurance that this man that is coming to me is going to handle me well. So are you seeing the change in dynamics? Now focus on where your lady has grown up from. What are the beliefs in her mind? Does she have the right mindset? How does she approach stuff? Once in a while, instead of every day saying, I love you, I miss you, what food do you eat? Extend, go to some serious discussions, ask them, what is your political party and why? Let her say out the reason and check. This lady is clever. Ask that lady, why do you unfold the cloth after washing to put it on the hanger? Why don't you just put it on the hanger without unfolding it? See the response she's saying. Get brain teasers to just check. This lady is smart. This is someone that's going to spend much time with your kids. Even when you die young, you leave the kids with her, she has the capability of at least going through the widow story and making sure she grooms your kids in your name. Linasabiha. What is the third one? Limaliha. Money. Now you find boys who don't want to work. They are like, Limali, her prophet was like, oh, because if a lady is having money, of course we are going to share. So of course you have, why do you think the prophet was saying Limali? It's because we are supposed to share. You give me also your money, so that we also share like that. What is the relevance of prophet saying we marry those who have money? The reason lies when a lady is at the receiving end, you need a contented one. And chances are high, Limaliha doesn't basically mean lots of money within her, but you need a lady that is contented with whatever they have. If you marry a lady who is greedy, kongs, You need a lady that is just too contented with the little much, that is too phlegmatic to even put the emotions together. This is when you're going to leave 50K at home for a day or maybe for a week. The greedy wife will be like, now what do you want me to use this money for? The contented one, she won't even bother. She has seen enough, she has seen everything. She is trained psychologically to be contented with the less and the much, whatever. Limaliha. In that approach, please look for contented women. Because after all, you're not looking for her to sponsor you. You're looking for a lady who has that contentment within her. And lastly, lidiniha. Consider how close are they with their Creator. Are they friends with Allah? How are they practicing? Are they good Muslims? These are all factors. And then the Prophet was like, Fadfar bidhati din. I know I've told you al-khabar. I've told you the information, what we used to consider during our times. But everything, whatever I've mentioned, please, Fadfar bidhati din. Try your level best to prioritize the religion. Religion means the behavior. Religion means, of course, the behavior, the conduct, the relationship with their Creator, and so on. It is a non-negotiable. The lady you're talking to and the man you're talking to, they are supposed to be praying people. Now I'm asking you, why have you chosen someone to be your partner in life? You're telling me that, do you know why he prays and she prays? What is your problem? She's supposed to pray. Now, I'm asking you, why are you choosing her? You're like, Wallahi al-Azim, she's too religious, she even veils up. What is your problem? She's supposed to dress up. That is a non-negotiable. The religious bit is, she's not going to get married to the Imam just because you're going to recite surahs every day at home. She needs a human in you. Is it in line with the religion? Fadfar bidhati din. Even when you're a hafiz and a hafidah and you're bad at respecting others, they are not religious. Even when your potential wife here is a hafidah, she knows Arabic and some good English too. But the same wife of yours is good at disrespecting other girls, good at speaking vulgar language and so on, and I'm sending you to bring religious people. Why are you bringing her? She's not religious. Because religion tames you to be straight. That's why the Prophet is like, Fadfar bidhati din, taribat yadak. You're going to enjoy the essency, the felicity of being a human being if you have that lady under your roof. And when it came to the females, Prophet was like, in ja'akum man tardawna dinahu wa khuluqahu fazawwijuhu. If anyone amongst these people ever approaches you and then you're pleased with their religion, actually what they know with religion, they implement it. Wa khuluqahu. Prophet added the discipline aspect. A young girl here as a wife needs a disciplined man, because you're in a position of authority. You can do whatever you do with your power. So you need discipline to make sure that even when you're a man and you're upset, of course you can slap your wife, you can slap everyone at home, but you're not going to do that because you're well disciplined. Even when you're in a position of authority, you're not going to come at home and demean everyone. You're not going to abuse your wife just because you're providing for her. You're not going to take everything for granted. You're not going to make the surfaces she has cleaned muddy. Why? You are a disciplined man. You don't need a rich, arrogant one. You can still go to that rich one, arrogant one. But trust me, as soon as you get to marriage, that's when you're going to understand that it takes more than money to keep a spouse. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala grant us a good understanding of all of that. Wow. Now, if we have that approach to all these authentic narrations and these verses we've been reciting, I'm pretty sure we are going to get in touch with good people. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala enable us have that. I want to wind with two funny situations. This evening, I was interacting with one of my students in some lecture, and something came up. You will find a couple today that will be like, I want my husband to be my best friend. If your husband, and even some motivational speakers, if your husband is not your best friend, the fact is, you're in a wrong relationship. Now really, university students, do you want me to explain who is a friend to you? If we are to put friendship and marriage, what comes lower and what comes higher? Is marriage below friendship, or friendship is below marriage? Some of you are unserious in a way that you don't know even how to date. You tell the girl that, please, I'm tired of being your friend. I want to take an extra step of being more than a friend. Now, you are now more than a friend, and you're the same person. Aren't you confused? You're the same person saying, please, I want to go back to be a friend. Definitely being a husband and being a wife, it is level above funny friendship stories. And marriage is sensitive in a way. The openness you have with your other friends is limited when it comes to your wife, when it comes to your husband, because you're in a sensitive relationship. Friends at times are limitless when it comes to jokes. Are you going to joke with your wife telling her that she's ugly? You are attacking her insecurity levels. Maybe she knows she's partially ugly, but now you're joking again that you are ugly. It is unbecoming. Now, even when you're friends, you're limited. You're not going to come back at home to your wife and you're like, you're my friend. Am I talking to my wife or I'm talking to a friend? And then this wife is also like, no, I'm your friend now this minute. No symbol embos. You're not a beautiful girl. Wallahi, she's beautiful. I wanted to also talk to her. Actually, I even talked to her. This girl also came back. This is a discussion of a friend to a friend. Is she still going to be composed? Supposed to be my friend. The same applies with you. Not every discussion is supposed to be made with this husband of yours. There are some discussions that are too girlish, that when you open them up to them, it's going to affect your relationship. But just because they are your husbands, it doesn't mean that you're too open reasonlessly without actually putting that reasonable aspect in that angle. Now that is another thing. And then lastly, it is today that you will find everyone getting prepared for a wrong partner. You find a young innocent man, you've never been married anywhere, and you've prepared that woman you're going to marry in case shaded woman, because you need to hit her. Now it is going to be easy for you to attract that big-headed one. That is how you've prepared yourself. The same applies with young girls. I need to do university, I need to work and get my money, because men of these days, they're irresponsible, they don't work for their families. Then you look for your money and you're now independent financially. Are you waiting for the Prophet to resurrect to inform you that a responsible man is not looking for an independent woman? That alone is also something that for responsible men to leave you and they're like, okay, she's independent, she doesn't need me, because it is a threat for a responsible man to not be needed by their wives. Now at the end of the day, you will get in touch with the boys who are poor and they need some money. It is very easy for them to stage up something, and you will get in touch after giving you the Fatul Tayyibin, the good people, the good ladies, women will always attract the good, upright men. وَالْخَبِيثَاتُ لِلْخَبِيثِينَ. And the immoral ladies have easy attachment when it comes to their fellow immoral men. When you find a man who is experienced with ladies, he has never granted any mahar to any girl, but he has slept with many. That boy, you've not even married. Even when you're going to marry, the society is too filthy to a way. You start taking medicine before you even marry. You've not even realized what is your strength and what is your weakness. What are you prepared? You've not even married. Even when you're going to marry, the society is too filthy to a way. You start taking medicine before you even marry. You've not even realized what is your strength and what is your weakness. What are you preparing for? You've not even married. You're here, no? Because it is impossible for this mosque to be like, oh, what has happened to this earth? Maybe you're here. You've slept with more, training your. Now that couple will work out this immoral mindy, meeting this immoral mindy, because this lady is going to do stuff to you, and you'll be like, where did you learn this stuff from? You also do some stuff to them, and she'll be like, what? Even when you're going to marry, the society is too filthy. Man knows everything. It is okay. Start marriage to a way. You start taking medicine before you even marry. You've not even realized what is your strength and what is your weakness. What are you preparing for? You take medicine. You take herbal, you take tablet. Morally upright man who doesn't know anything. First Monday and Thursdays, he's a good person. He doesn't even do any fornication. You've not even realized what is your strength and what is your weakness. What are you preparing for? You take medicine, you take herbal, you take tablets, you take everything you take. Because you have an immoral mind. Now if that man gets our innocent lady, he's going to get bored. Because she doesn't know anything. You will start saying, my wife doesn't understand things. You've affected your belief system, you've affected your mindset, you've affected everything. Make tauba, stop watching porn, and because it's really affecting you psychologically. It gets to a level of affecting each one. But it is a threat.